Good evening, everyone. Phil here. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 8th of November, 2024. Also, to be known and go down in history as PS5 Pro launch day for me. I know it came out yesterday, but mine arrived during the day yesterday, and today is my first day of streaming since it arrived. So we covered it all day. All right. So we had a great day of streaming, FYI. Great attendance, actually, on my streams because people had interest in my initial thoughts of the PS5 Pro and to see how it was going to actually perform. So what happened? Let's talk about that. Podcast was great. I talked about a million topics, including my fun day off yesterday with my wife and all the fun stuff that we did. Some cool stuff that I got. That's going to be part of streams and stuff moving forward. We also talked about a story about the Sony CEO, and then how the CEO immediately showed that he has no idea what he's talking about. It was just pretty impressive. And also a Nintendo Pal World lawsuit that's going on, and an update on it that's pretty ludicrous. So lots of interesting stuff, news stories, fun stuff that I covered on the show today that people really seem to enjoy. Then we jumped into the PS5 Pro. So what did I do today? Full unboxing and comparing the form factor and physical, build of the PS5 Pro to the original PS5, which I had. Then I got it booted up and working. Had a few quick technical difficulties that I figured out easily. Had to basically disable the HDCP on the thing, which was kind of silly that I had to do that to get it to work with my setup, but I got it working. Loaded a whole bunch of games for people's requests, games such as Dragon Age Veilguard, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Bloodborne, and quite a few others. Street Fighter 6, I'm trying to remember Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? Basically games that either we wanted to see how well they were going to perform on this guy, or had actual modes that have been added to this console that they're supposed to be performing better. So we put it to the test today. We really did. Here's overall my feelings. Certain games have really good modes that I feel change the game. Like, for example, Spider-Man 2 has 3 modes, but one mode that I think is called Performance Pro allows you to do 4K resolution, full 60 frames per second, even during combat, but also has ray tracing and all the awesome features on. It's using things like the VRR and also this new Sony, I forget what it's called, the new Sony tech that basically adds frames. It does that and the game runs beautifully, okay? What's funny, though, is that there's 2 other resolution modes where the game does not run beautifully. One is sub 30 frames, and one's like 40 frames. And they're odd and jarring, and I can't imagine why anyone would want to use them. Just use the mode that gives you 60 frames at 4K, and it's beautiful, okay? For the most part, that's the story with every game. Like, every single game that we tested usually had a mode that was like, ooh, PS5 Pro new mode, and it would allow you to play at full 4K, 60 frames, and all effects turned on. Some games, I'll be honest, I was a little like, man, I wish they had improved that. Like, for example, Horizon Forbidden West, what we did is we summoned the bird, and we started flying across the map, and it looked great, except it was popping. And I'm like, really have to be popping? Like, can't you fix that? People just paid $700 for a new console, and you haven't solved the pop-in problem yet, But the lighting looked great, and the details looked great in that regard. At the end, we were actually in Vegas. We were looking down at Vegas, and it looked really nice. God of War, I was blown away. I booted it up, and immediately you saw insane amounts of detail in, like, Kratos' armor and everything. I was like, damn, like, that looks insanely good compared to when I just played it in 1080p. And then I ran around, and the whole game was 60 frames. I'm like, damn, that amount of detail, 60 frames, it's just looking great. So basically games that were like Sony centric have special modes that make them look better. Okay. I tried Bloodborne. I'll be honest, it looked great. It actually did have a little bit more clarity and resolution. Like, you run towards a wall, and if you were playing the base game, it would look a little blurry, and here it kind of looks crisp. Or you look like super close to your character, and you can notice that like the chain and the medallions have slightly more detail on them. It's nothing that's game-changing, and the game still runs at 30 frames per second, but you can't actually change the frame rate of Bloodborne. People have hacked it and tried, and it breaks the game. Like, the game was programmed to work at 30 frames. But man, I started playing it, and I was like, dude, I got a craving to play this game again. I haven't played it in over 5 years. I really want to like master the parry mechanic. And I started playing just through the first level, parrying enemies. I was having so much fun. And I was like, man, I want to play this now. So overall, there was a lot of good testing that happened today. What's funny is, though, you get people who come by, and I swear, there are people who, like, if you're not at all moments giving them maximum entertainment, right? If you're not playing an insanely entertaining game to them or doing exactly what they want, they're so upset. And there are people coming by today complaining. And I'm like, guys, if you look at the stream, right? I had, for most of the day on YouTube alone, I had over 400 viewers. And then on Kick, I had bonus viewers. It's like, that's a lot more than I've been getting recently. People obviously are here. They want to see for themselves what this thing looks like. What are you coming by and whining about? Oh, because he's not doing the playthrough. He's not doing this. Like, that's not what the point of today was. I don't have to do an ongoing playthrough every day. I don't have to entertain you with action every day. We could do different things. You know, it's called variety. It's the spice of life. But some people just like to complain about everything. So ultimately, at the end of the day, with my day of testing of PS5 Pro, what do I think? I think that if you don't have a PS5 and you're going to buy one, this is probably the one to buy, since you're going to get the maximum out of it. Now, if you are not playing anything at 4K resolution, you don't need it. At least from what I can see. Like, yeah, it's going to run certain games at 120 hertz, but not a lot. You know, a lot of games frame lock themselves. Street Fighter 6 frame locks itself at 60 frames. So unless you care about the absolute best input delay, you know, or input delay, you know, reduction, you're not going to care. It's only going to be very few games that are going to run at 120 hertz, and you need the TV for it and everything too. So unless you're going 4K, I think regular PS5 is good enough. But if you're going 4K, this is the way to do it. This is going to give you the Sony exclusive games at 4K, 60 frames. This thing will be ready for GTA 6 next year. The boost that I saw in PS4 games was negligible. You know, it's a very small visual increase. Not a big deal in my opinion, but still, it was great. Like, I had a good time testing everything today. Support was outstanding. Both streams, we exceeded the goals, and the streak continues. I announced what the new reward is for next week. We're actually going to do the entire Taco Bell Decades menu that just released. They're doing this big celebration of, you know, food from over the decades. And so I'm going to do the whole menu next Friday when we continue this streak. People had a good time overall. The only bummer is I knew I wasn't going to get the videos uploaded because I stayed late. Today we actually did a DSP Tries It of this Japanese restaurant, and I tried a whole bunch of these food skewers, and then I tried this katsu curry, and it was good food. It was very messy, and because I did the DSP Tries It, we went way late, so I only got just a few videos uploaded, and now I got to upload the podcast, the missing video from earlier today, plus 2 more videos from tonight. Oh, by the way, I played the whole first hour of Dragon Age Veilguard. So if you want to see the whole first hour intro and my thoughts on it, check it out, because I played it on PS5 Pro, and it ran gorgeously on the performance mode. It was absolutely like jaw-droppingly good graphics. So there you have it, okay? So enjoy all the videos. You know, please, by all means, engage with the videos. Like them, leave comments. That will help the channel a lot. I'm sure a lot of people are looking for PS5 Pro coverage, and I was very candid all day long about what I thought about the console. Now, I'm not here tomorrow. I know. You're like, wait, but you weren't here yesterday. This is one of the weeks. I told you guys this was going to be happening. There were going to be some weeks coming up where I'm going to take extra days off. This is one of them. So I'm not here tomorrow. I'm going to have a day off running errands and the like. Not going to be a fun day for me, that's for sure. But I'll be back on Sunday with the conclusion of Life is Strange, double exposure on the first stream, and some Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer on the late stream. Monday, it's our final ever DSP versus the Internet React show. Okay, so that should be fun. And then after that, for the rest of the week, I got gameplay lined up. And the thing is, we had some really good ideas. I think I want to keep doing Call of Duty, but I actually want to try Veilguard and see if you guys like it and see if I like it. The first hour seemed good. If people will keep showing up and engaging and supporting, I might play it. If we all get bored within a stream or two, I can drop it, okay? But Bloodborne, guys, I played it for like 20 minutes and people were like, whoa, he's playing Bloodborne. Like, yeah, I want to play it again. Like, I have a craving to play the game again. Now on a, you know, more modern console, slightly better graphics, definitely a much better streaming setup and everything. I think it would be stellar to play another Bloodborne run. So I think we're going to do it. And we're going to try it this week, okay? And then also people are asking for fighting games, so I think we'll bring back fighting games this week. So what a week. We're going to have conclusion of Life is Strange, Call of Duty, some Veilguard, some Bloodborne, some fighters. Exciting, right? And keep in mind, I'm looking to get more information, but I'm going to actually do my first ever political show coming up this week. I just got to figure out scheduling so I don't conflict with Kino Casino for that first night that I do it. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one, guys. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate all of you for a great full day of the PlayStation 5 Pro coverage. I hope you enjoy it all. I hope to see you when I'm back on Sunday for a fun podcast, the conclusion of Life is Strange, Call of Duty, and hopefully keeping this streak going, right? The momentum has been amazing. Again, the reason I'm able to buy stuff on the fly, do so much stuff to improve the setup and the like is because of you guys and your support. So thank you so very, very much. What a great day we had today, right? Have a good one. Have a safe Saturday. I'll be back on Sunday for a week of streaming fun. Peace out and see you then.